Welcome everyone, it's Bro back with you another video, and today's topic is going to be all about the Confluence best practices that you can actually apply to your day-to-day tasks. First and foremost is the clear organization. So actually what this means is to establish a clear hierarchy with spaces, pages, and labels to make it easy for users to find information. You don't want everything to be like scattered around and not organized, not within a page tree, not having a structure at all, because, well, why then use Confluence? You can use some other tools that, well, are working like that. I'm not saying like there are some tools that work like that, but Confluence is not about that. It's about the active collaboration, the organization, basically the involvement of the team. So the second practice is the consistent formatting. So you should be encouraging your users to maintain consistent formatting headings and styles for uniformity and readability. So actually that is pretty important, basically, to know, to have some headings, to have some bullet lists if you have some categorization or something that you want to mention in parts. So that is something that you should accommodate within your Confluence spaces. That is the second thing. The third thing is the version control. So that is to utilize version history and labeling to track changes and ensure everyone is working with the latest information. Yeah, imagine working with the information that basically is like 8 to 10 years old. I know there is information like that is being worked on, and some people might say, well, nothing needs an update, and that is the old documentation. But I personally don't believe in that, because especially in today's and the modern days of the technology, everything is changing, even the documentation itself. Another thing, the next thing is the permissions management. So you need to regularly review and update permissions to ensure the right people have the right access. For example, the anonymous access. So the anonymous access allows basically anyone on the internet to actually see your page. Some may say, I'm okay with that as long as they don't actually edit something. But then again, you're actually breaking that kind of act on confidentiality. There is actually something, the cybersecurity, where you have like confidentiality, integrity, and the availability. Those three pillars. So that's why I'm looking at it as that part of the permissions, and of course the permissions are the part of the security itself. So you should be really checking who has the access to what. Another thing which is important is the search optimization. Like on the YouTube, which is actually a search engine. No, it's not like the regular site for seeing the funny videos of cats, which is of course another thing that you can use the YouTube for, but mainly it's the search engine. Now for the Confluence, you need to encourage the use of descriptive titles, keywords, and labels to improve searchability within the Confluence. You don't want to confuse your users with some useless labels that don't point to anything. Don't do that. Documentation standards. You need to establish guidelines for creating documentation to maintain quality and consistency across the pages. Now, I'm not sure how many teams are actually doing this and to have like the documentation standards. So it's hard to tell, because when you create a page, you have an option for templates, and for templates there is if I can say, and if we are going around and saying about the consistency, You should be using templates. Why? Because templates are consistent. They're not changing unless, first of all, if you make your own custom template, and the second of all, if you actually delete some of the elements from a certain template. Then that is a different story. Moving on. Collaboration tools utilize features like comments, mentions, and tasks to facilitate collaboration and communication among team members. This is also an important thing. So if you're not mentioning anyone on Confluence and there is a big campaign going around, big marketing campaign, and basically like you're not getting any feedback, sure, you can go around the Slack and basically, you know, make the communication there, but what is the point of Confluence then and the active collaboration? So that's why this Atlassian product exists. Alright, and then you have training and support. Here you need to provide training and ongoing support to users to encourage adoption and maximize the potential of Confluence. Yes, you should be doing this, and I'm pretty sure that always there are new users who are coming to the company. They're not really familiar with the Confluence. They were using Google Sheets, not really the Confluence, and they do not know the whole power of Confluence, macros, page trees, numbered headings, etc. There are a lot of things. I can count this until the next week. Just joking, cannot count that much. Regular maintenance may be the most important thing. You need to conduct regular maintenance tasks such as archiving outdated pages, cleaning up unused spaces, and monitoring performance to keep Confluence running smoothly. Now we all know that server doesn't exist anymore. I mean, it's there, but you're not getting any updates, so it sucks. But there is a data center, of course, and you have the cloud, right? So for the cloud, you should be like, oh, I really don't have to worry that much because Atlassian is hosting their own cloud. They're working with the AWS. Probably they're using AWS's services that are actually supporting the storage. And so you're like, yeah, I don't have to really worry about this. You should be taking care of both of the things, data center and the cloud as well, because performance is crucial. So if you have a space that wasn't being used for, I don't know, 3 years, or you have space that actually was made by someone and it wasn't being used for 10 years, it happens. You just need to delete them, not even archive them. Delete them. You're saying to me that someone who actually made a space 3 years ago, they're gonna be like, oh, I need this space that was made like 3 years ago. No, they do not need it. They forgot about it. That space doesn't exist. So delete it. Do not archive it. Archiving is when, you know, there is some space that, I don't know, wasn't being used that much, or it was like being updated for the, I don't know, last 5 months and suddenly there were no updates. That would be for the archiving. But like something that wasn't being used for 3 years, come on, you really want that to be archived? Of course not. So basically that is everything that you need to know about the best practices of Confluence. Make sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel. We're growing strong, and I will see you in the next video.